Hello, internet passers-by. Welcome back to Napcast. I am once again Rebel Notorious. Joining me today is Sean and Melina.
Hi.
And our guest, Manuele.
Hello.
For the third time in a row.
Hello.
We thought he was gone, but he came back.
Yeah. Came back.
It's John Cena! We finished recording the other two, like,
Too
much earlier than we
12
expected
years
to.
ago.
So we're...
It's been 84 years.
It's been 1 week.
This isn't Anime Lane. I can't make a time skip joke.
Is it on the million?
No,
No.
it's
Oh,
not.
this isn't.
Nah,
Oh,
nah.
sorry.
No, we're just
You
doing
just
random
very
nap.
much perplexed him there.
Welcome to Nap Shippuden.
So what have you got for us today?
Well, I don't know if you guys have saw this is going to come out like much later, and
Yeah.
this will probably all be resolved.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if you guys saw like over the weekend, like the Silicon Valley Bank like crashed
Yes.
Yeah, I did hear about banks
in a
crashing.
runaway, and I kind of kept ignoring it because I'm like, I hadn't heard of SVB before. Then I found out it was a crypto bank, or like run by like tech bros and Cryptobros, and I was like,
There
That
you
makes
go.
sense because it's Silicon Valley.
yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm not interested. And then I saw a thread, not a thread. This is one tweet
One tweet.
that ran down this person's like perspective of how it happened, and the runaway happened because crypto tech bros are all fucking sheep, and all of them panicked.
That's what happens.
They
Yeah.
created their
Yeah.
own runaway. They created their own bank crash. This is entirely their own fucking fault.
Love when that happens.
So
This is gonna be fun.
I'll skip some of this because it's like kind of
A lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is I'm not gonna say his name, but like one of the people who this was the
there?
only bank he used. It was his personal bank, his personal
No.
savings bank, and two companies he had,
No.
I'm
All
sorry,
of their
but
money.
that it is.
Mortgage as well.
and his mortgage.
It is
fucked.
generally known that if you have a lot of assets, you do not keep them
No.
should
connected to
diversify.
one bank.
Nah.
Yeah.
That is
Spread
like
that out.
the worst thing you can do.
Yes. No, I didn't know that this had been like around for like 10 years at this point.
Same.
I thought it was like a recent thing.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I only learned its existence like today. So
I literally only found out about it like whenever the BBC, not the BBC, Sky News first put out like the headline being like the SVB has crashed, and I'm like, what
The
the
who now?
fuck is SVB? I seen Silicon Valley and my brain went doo 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 doo. So it starts with Thursday 9 a.m. in one chat with 200 plus tech founders.
So it's a
God.
group chat.
Why?
Yeah.
Imagine a group here with 200 people.
Yeah, and all of them are tech bros.
Yeah.
That would be
They're typing
hell
every
on
second.
earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the worst.
Questions about SVB start to show up. 10 a.m. Some suggest getting the money out of SVB for safety. Only
no.
upside, no downside. Yes, there is downside because if all of you do
everyone-
it, it crashes.
Yeah.
10:50 a.m. I read the messages in a bathroom break. Okay.
Good for you,
So he's on
pal.
the toilet. That's what he's saying. I was
Yeah.
shitting. He
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
I immediately cancel the meeting I had. Ask my wife Tanya to wire all of her personal money out of the other banks. Call my teams. Ask them to do the same. One of them at the dentist has to stop the procedure and run home.
Oh
Tech
my
bros
God.
are a different breed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, shit did hit the fan.
Yes. 11 a.m. 10 a.m. We can't get the money out of any of the accounts. For our personal savings, we don't have the other bank readily available. For one of the companies, the permissions are not set up to allow. So basically, he can't move it
Access is-
out because
yeah.
he's dumb as fuck and hasn't set up the routes properly. But if you're,
Yeah.
only putting everything in one bank,
That's about to
you're that
happen.
dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
11:15, Tanya gets a hold of another bank. We're already into blah blah blah. So it's him setting up other accounts, trying to get money moved out. Then basically like 12 p.m. all of my chats with tech founders in the US light on fire with what's happening because
Oh,
he's
God.
told everyone to take their money
Take your
out.
money out. That spreads like wildfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've seen the market price of SVB dropping because they're doing this, and now everyone's panicking. So he then further moves other, assets to other banks. Things start getting complicated and tied up, and then it's 1:30 p.m. SVB is a solid bank. I know their CEO Greg Becker great guy. I figure this is a temporary issue caused mainly by people panicking.
Which you caused.
Which you've caused. They'll recover. I buy shares of SVB at what I consider significantly low prices.
I love that that's his first thought. It's like,
But that's
we're crashing.
That's what Bitcoin
But you know.
bros do. You buy them when it's dipping.
Yeah.
You buy low and sell high,
yeah.
but that's what causes the low prices.
Yeah.
So then he's talking about getting stuff moved. They fly back to San Francisco. I don't know where he was before that.
Probably Texas. That's very...
Yeah.
It sounds like a ChatGPT thing made. Like, I fly back from San Francisco, but where we were.
Where were you?
Where were you before?
Yeah.
Like, we know you were shitting before, but...
Like you tell us,
Where
you
were
were
you shitting?
actively shitting.
Where were you shitting?
You're not willing to tell us what
Go to
city
bed.
you
Wake
are.
up.
Wherever he was, it was like a 6 or 7 hour flight, though.
Either the other coast or South America.
Yeah. And he's basically saying that when they land, most of the money still hasn't been transferred over for the other companies.
Oh my god.
He goes to bed at 2 a.m. He doesn't clarify what he's been doing for the other 3 hours.
Yeah.
He's just like 2 a.m.
Probably
I went to
when-
bed.
No, got some drinks.
He's chilling.
Chill for a bit.
7 a.m. Wake up, nothing. SVB stock is down 60% overnight.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Cancel all morning meetings to focus on the problem.
Good.
There isn't really a problem. You've caused this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how he says
And there's
the
nothing
problem.
you can do about it.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Around 8 a.m., learn that SVB is now controlled by the government.
Did the Fed bank buy it?
I think
There
they
is-
must have stepped in when they seen like it was in a
Yeah.
runaway.
I heard like a report just this morning about like it got like bought up by like a British company or something.
That's what I seen, yeah. The shares I bought the day before are now likely worthless. I made a mistake. No fucking shit.
Wow.
Like he says he had a wife.
Yeah.
So he told his wife, "What? Get everything. Get
Not
all the
only
money."
a wife, as we'll find out later, he has kids.
Jesus Christ, he procreated.
So he asked his wife, "Get all the money out," and then was like, "But the stock price is pretty good though." So I don't trust the company to have my money, but I'll bet.
No, he's panicked. Moved all his money out and went, they're still a solid company. They're currently in a runaway, but I still think they're absolutely solid.
Jesus.
So then he's like, host a town hall with my team, explain what's happening, answer questions. What can you possibly answer in this situation?
Yes, people are gonna ask what happened. Fucked up.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
So, funny story, guys.
I told you all to pull your money out and now the bank is collapsing. I wonder why.
Yeah, I
Wait
finished.
and cope.
Yeah,
seed-
all day long,
seed and
wait and
need.
go with anxiety. This guy is on fucking copium.
Yeah.
Help other
Seething.
entrepreneurs. Fuck you.
Yeah.
What I love is that he's like, share what we know, answer questions from investors. Bruh.
Yeah.
Around 4 p.m, figure that the money for the company with the pending wire is safe. Why at this point would you think the money is safe? It will be available as of Monday. Unfortunately for our personal savings, only a portion is safe. We may recover most of the money. This is to do with like bank crash security type stuff, like insurance and stuff like that. And they only have like a portion of their money covered because SVB was not like a proper and
Yeah, because I know
and
when a bank crashes, they are only required to give you some
Yeah,
of your
yeah.
money back.
I think a lot of like more well-established banks that have been around for a while, like you're guaranteed all of your money, but obviously SVB is like
Small.
Yeah.
and it's new. At night, reflect. What did I do wrong?
What do you
Am I
think?
good enough to do what I do? Hug
No.
my
Are
Are you skipping over 5 p.m.? Play
Oh
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
kids.
Yeah.
Play with kids. They help me forget about the material world.
What a
Yeah,
dick.
no, the kids were like, "How's the
How's the job,
how's
father?
the assets?" So
Father,
How old are
do
his
we have the
kids?
money?
Father, do we have to go out of private school?
It's taken him till Saturday to realize that nothing of value will be gained by focusing on the topic.
oh, it's like saying, blah, 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 you know,
Blah, blah,
Cody,
blah,
it's
blah,
like,
blah,
I just
blah.
think about it.
He's panicked and moved his money, which has caused a runaway because he's told other people to do it. But then he's like focused on it, like he can do something and solve it when he can't. There's nothing he can do.
There's nothing you do.
And it's an externality.
No, it
That's not a word.
No.
We shouldn't invest too much time thinking about them or trying to predict the markets. Bruh, that's all you fucking do. Time to get back to what we can control, the execution of our companies. He's going to take them out back, put them down.
And here we go, big CEO
What are the replies?
advice.
What are people saying?
It's
You little
he's
dum-dum.
limited it to people who follow him, so it's all just people supporting
We've skipped
him.
over the
Yeah.
motivational quote at the bottom.
Oh yeah, continue pushing forward. Persist, persist, persist.
be a fucking dum-dum.
Yeah.
I wanna punch this guy in the face.
For context, bank runs don't always wipe out their shareholders, for example. Yeah, but you caused this.
Yeah.
I don't expect taxpayers' money to violate, of course.
Oh, but that was a thing in the news, I think, is that because they were bought over by
Well,
government
the
or a
government.
British company,
Yeah.
there was like a question about taxpayers.
Yeah, because I
Having
remember
to cover
the I heard about this because I have this small Bitcoin thing
Mhm.
and it crashed. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I heard about this, and I think it was either the Fed or the Federal Reserve or the Bank of America, but the actual
The
I don't know. Yeah, they
Yeah.
bought them out. I haven't heard about the British company.
I seen something on the news about it potentially getting bought over by
Yeah, I saw like a breaking news headline on the BBC, but I was like, I don't know what's going on. I will not read this.
Hold on, I'll go into their Wikipedia page. That'll have the up,
Yeah,
up
yeah.
to date. Collapse.
Collapse. There we go.
Oh wow,
Initial
that's
years,
fast.
expansions, collapse.
83. No
Yeah.
fucking way.
Yeah, it's the
Wow.
Had to be called
yeah,
something
it's
else.
the Federal Reserve. I think they bought them.
Ah, okay. Was the largest bank of any since the 2007 to 2008
Jesus.
financial crisis,
Whew.
and second in the largest second largest in U.S. history.
Oh yeah, the UK government announced that they were working on a life. So yeah, the UK government
Yeah.
is also involved, but I think because like
Oh,
both the
HBC
US.
had agreed to acquire for £1 in a rescue deal.
Wow.
I think
Oh.
that it's due because all the politicians, both in the US and UK, they have like hands deep in startups and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
and
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because politicians are also like tech bros in that they don't know anything about
Yeah.
business or
Yeah.
finance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They're evil.
They are. They're also
Evil.
fucking dumb as shit. So that was fun to read. I like came down
It's really
stairs
good note
at,
to
like,
start with.
yeah, I came down. I was like on my phone on Twitter after watching General last night, and I came down to get some food, and I'm just scrolling, and I see like the length of this tweet, and I'm like,
Oh no.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just started reading it because I think someone had quote tweeted it on my timeline because I don't follow any people
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And then I read it, and I'm like, you brought this all on yourself, and yet somehow you aren't aware of that. But they
And then
are,
it's like, don't think about it. The ending is so like,
he's like, there's
Don't
nothing.
worry,
I'm
people.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it, who cares?
He's just
But
on.
here's the thing: they say questions. Sorry to cut you off. Questions about SVB started to show up from what? They just started
That's the
panicking
thing.
from
Where
nothing.
did it come from? That has to
Where
be
will they
someone
go?
Trolling.
like trolling. Yeah, someone
Are you
who's gone
sure?
in. Like it's like a farmer going into a field and panicking a sheep, and it just spreads.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's literally what tech bros
That's
do.
what happened. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine being in the shoes of a guy that's told you, get your money out. I panic.
Yeah.
Because he's spreading panic.
What someone's probably done, and this is what happens with a lot of like startup cryptos, is that you'll have the whale, which is the person who has the most amount of money invested.
yeah.
And I hate that I know all this information. But basically, it's called a rug pull, where you get drawn into investing. It's going to be the next big thing. It'll be the next
Yeah.
big Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's a lot of YouTubers. do
Yes.
that.
MLM-y
Since-
type of
since-
stuff.
but
It's
since that-
basically an
yeah.
MLM, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the whale pull everything out because they've made their bank. They've
Yeah.
bought in when it was cheap as shit, and then had everyone else buy in, so the
Yeah.
price is steadily
I mean,
increased.
they call pump and dump, isn't
Pump
it?
and dump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
That's it.
And it's illegal, isn't it?
it is
I
illegal.
think-
It
yeah.
is
I think-
illegal, but it's
was
hard
it,
to
Was it
prove.
one of the Paul
Yeah.
brothers that had a cryptocurrency and he tried
Yeah.
to sell
I
it to the
think so,
Logan
yeah.
called it this weird animal thing, cryptocurrency, where it's
But
like,
that's it. That's a
right,
pump and
yeah.
dump. And
You
then,
can-
then they pulled the rug.
yeah.
Musk did it at one point,
He
didn't
did. He
Yeah.
did.
The Dogecoin?
Dogecoin, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because he was like, "This is the next big thing." The price went up. He sold in and said, "We're not accepting this anymore."
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
that I had seen was Cryptoland, where they like we're gonna buy an island,
Cryptoland.
and they were like, we're gonna sell parcels of land in it so that you can come and live here, and it'll be like a big, it'll be like a $2 million house with all these amenities, and different parts of the island
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
for different things. And so it was like every time someone bought a parcel of land, the price would steadily increase, so that it was encouraging people. The earlier
Get
you get
in
in,
early.
the cheaper
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is. And then they rug pulled.
How did it end? Because I was really into this stuff. Like,
I
I know there was a
think-
lot of videos from people like
Yeah.
about Cryptoland, and I know that the island they wanted wasn't on sale.
Oh.
It was
They
for sale, but I think they couldn't get
or
the
something.
right
It was
amount
like,
of money.
even
Yeah.
if but it was like a big scam from the beginning.
Yeah, I think
It
they're now.
turns out owning land is a big thing.
Yeah, I think now they're under investigation from the federal
Because the
government.
Probably,
guy, the
yeah.
guy was like, no, it's not a scam. I know what
Yeah.
I'm doing. And people are like, you don't know what you're doing. It doesn't make sense. You cannot just buy an island.
Because I think
Yeah, no.
they came back and tried to do something else, and then like the FBI or whatever, because they're like keeping an eye on crypto cases now. They were like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
No.
You are now under federal investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're finally starting to crack down on like pump and dumps.
There,
and-
I think there was
good,
also
yeah.
pumping. There was a guy that one of the first. I just remember one of the first guys was like this big crypto bro influencer, and he was like, this crypto island thing, just go. And it turned out that he was one of the owners.
yeah, that's right. He like
But he never said, and he had like, and people. There's a couple of people that bought land plots for millions.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
but isn't
yeah,
that
they're never gonna see
illegal,
the.
saying, "Oh, I am not affiliated." You have to
It is.
mention,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
It's
you
like-
do.
Yeah,
It is illegal.
Like the whole hashtag spawn, hashtag
And
affiliate.
the thing is,
Yeah.
even if you don't say, when it comes to like blockchain currency, you can track that.
You can see,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
good thing with blockchain is everything.
Uh-huh.
You know where everything has been, and so it's like, we're gonna be find out. All the time.
Yeah, like why try?
Which is a shame. All this shit project, they kind of shit crypto. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think that Bitcoin, since it's not decentralized, has potential not to be, under the rule of a government.
Yeah,
Or-
the technology and concept is definitely got the potential there, but it's just that
It's been shit
it's
on by
getting
fucking-
misused. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we were talking about AI earlier. It's like we will learn to live and incorporate that into our lives in some capacity. It won't be, AI creating art. It'll be artists creating art in conjunction with AI in some way.
Yeah.
Like if they're bad at doing one thing, they'll have the AI make up for that and supplement their skills.
It'll work with humans, not replace them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of like crypto would be the same, or blockchain technology will be the same. It's just that we're going through that phase of people are seeing that we can scam money out of people,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're going to
Yeah.
do that. Once the laws and regulations come in place, that'll be when it kind of gets a bit more stable.
Yeah,
and
when
I
it's
think,
stabilized.
Yeah. I never expected to talk about cryptocurrency on here.
No.
Um,
Why?
I feel like oh wait, do you guys know about Earth 2?
Yes.
no.
I think what's the guy? Oh god, Kira.
Kira TV.
He made
yeah,
video
yeah.
about Cryptoland.
This
and
is where
Earth two,
Yeah, I don't think I know about this.
Jesus, Earth 2.
So Earth 2 is basically a recreation of Earth, but virtually,
oh my god.
and you can buy plots of land
I
on
would
Earth,
buy my house.
and it's a video game.
Yeah,
No, it's
they're
not.
like, they're like, you're gonna get gameplay. There's
No.
it's an Australian guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Isaac something.
Something like
It's
that.
like, it's gonna be a game, guys. Don't worry, it's gonna be a game. And it's like, absolutely no. It's basically Google Maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They basically recreated Google Maps, and you're like, you can buy a plot of land, and like, okay, but why is this one more expensive and this one? Like Israel was very expensive. In Africa, they had like, oh, it's like the gold mines. You got gold mines now,
Yeah.
so it costs more. Or New York, and people bought them for so much. And there was this guy who was really into it, making videos defending.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Oh, something real estate or something like that.
It was like not a real estate agent guy, no
Yeah.
real estate advisor, whatever. Oh, what was his name? I don't know.
Arya.
Arya TV.
yeah.
And of course, it's a scam.
Yeah.
You can see through it.
mean,
But people are
if-
like, no, it's a new thing. You said Bitcoin was a scam.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like,
they
it
have one
started
case
with-
to look at,
yeah.
and they're like, "What if it's?" Well, we don't know. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's-
We'll never
that's the
know.
thing, yeah.
Because it like started with just being able to buy the plots, and then like they added resources, so like
Yeah.
gold,
Ah, boy.
oil, and like because of like where everyone who spent the most amount of money had bought stuff, which was like major cities and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Gold just started appearing in like Paris.
Yeah,
and it's like
Times
that
Square.
because it was meant to be accurate to where they were in the world. So
Yeah.
if you bought, like an oil field in Israel or whatever, you would benefit off of that.
Yeah.
But then because people had spent all the money on like New York, Paris, the cities, all the gold and oil started showing up there, even though that's not where it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you're going to have gameplay. So they show gameplay, and it was like a buggy. Like a buggy car just moving around, and it was made in, I think, Unity.
Yeah, I think so.
In 10 minutes, and we were like, this is not a game.
Yeah.
There was
no.
actually like a showcase of someone like walking around the world, but the perspective was so weird. It was like clearly not
Oh.
made well.
Okay, no, I don't know. I remember getting bored. I was like, it's a scam. It's
Yeah.
an obvious scam.
Yeah.
And But this
They're-
guy's getting rich because people
Of
are buying
course.
for it.
Yeah.
They're buying
Yeah.
the
It's meant to be one of the most visually stunning video games
Yeah,
ever made, because it's meant
he's-
to compete with like Red Dead. And all
Yeah, he
these
said he's
other
gonna get
worlds.
Red Dead graphics, so like for the whole world.
But it's meant to be a seamless experience as well.
Sure.
So there's no
Yeah, like-
instance zones.
But
But
how
there is
how
no-
would you be able to run that?
no,
No
exactly.
one would.
First of all,
You
can't,
there is
yeah.
the technology is not there, and there is not a machine that can run it.
No, there's not a PC
No.
in existence
Yeah.
that could run
And
that.
at some point, they hired a Russian guy that was a known scammer to make like scam video games on Steam.
Well, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you see people are like, and this guy is always like, next week you're gonna get a big announcement,
Yeah.
and never,
Nothing.
nothing
It never
came
happened.
out of it.
That's how all the crypto scams go at this point, really. But I don't know if you heard about was it the day before, like the video game that doesn't exist? So there's this, it's the most wishlisted game on Steam. There's been no gameplay. There's been one trailer.
What game is it?
The day before.
The day before.
And it's been up for pre-order, or it's been up for adding to wishlist for about a year. It's like a zombie survival MMO.
And there's no trailer.
There's one trailer,
All right.
but it looks far too good to be able, like, as an
before.
MMO with like all players on one server. It just
Right.
looks too high
I'm looking at like
fidelity.
screenshots of what I think it is, and it sort of just looks like The Last of Us.
Oh no, they've cloned the Last of Us poster for the.
Oh, right. The
Yeah,
Strange
yeah.
Saga of the day before.
Yeah, because this is what the poster looks like, and that's literally
That's
just
the Last, of Us.
Us. Yeah.
That's the same font for
Yeah.
The Last of Us.
And like that's one of the covers of the game as
Like
well.
with no context, I would have guessed that would be like a prequel or something to like Last of Us.
But they would promote it better. I
And
suppose.
IGN have been like promoting it as well, and it was like on Nvidia.
IGN.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the most corrupted entity.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
you
in
can't
the
spell
industry, but-
ignorant without IGN.
Yeah,
but-
true.
But they
Too
had
much water.
It got taken down from Steam over a trademark dispute because they didn't bother to fucking trademark the name. So they've been working on
that-
this for like 2
that's-
years.
That's why they put. So there was a game.
No.
a
They showed
scam.
a trailer.
Okay, so what have they been doing for 2 years?
That's the question.
all.
They've
It's
been,
gonna be that. Sorry, it's gonna be one guy. Be working.
I
in the
think it's
studio.
two people,
Two people.
two brothers from like Russia or something like
Yeah.
that.
This reminds me of like this. It was like this unauthorized SpongeBob movie.
Like the Winnie the Pooh movie.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but like it was like this unauthorized SpongeBob like mockumentary. It was gonna be like a fan made sort of thing. I think
Yeah.
Mockumentary.
mockumentary. Yeah.
Animated.
You see, that's the thing. It was gonna be a live action They stated it was gonna be a live action animated crossover,
Oh.
but I think the whole thing turned out to just be like a scam. But it was on Amazon for like pre-order for like a year or something.
Damn.
There
snowing.
are YouTubers that went
snowing?
into
No.
go
It
into.
is snowing.
Yeah,
Nice.
I saw it starting to snow like a couple minutes ago.
Great.
But there are YouTubers that have gone into way better detail than I ever could. But like, I think it ended up being like a scam or something, or like,
Yeah,
Most
sounds about
likely.
right.
Yeah.
or like if there was no intention of it ever being made. Like at most, it was maybe a proof of concept that somehow ended up on an Amazon
Yeah.
like page somewhere for like a year.
Yeah, no, they've been they've been plugging hard, and they're trying still to say, oh no, there is a game, it's coming, we're developing
Don't worry
it.
about it.
But
It'll
apparently
come.
it was like shown in like Unreal Engine 4 when it was like first announced, and then they like restarted development in Unreal Engine 5, and then what they've shown from Unreal Engine 5 looks worse.
Nice.
Because obviously, you know, you're doing this hyper-connected world with all these players. You can't have massive high-fidelity graphics on that sort of thing. It just can't run. But talking about the SpongeBob thing, I saw a clip
Oh,
I
don't-
remember
from the
why I came-
SpongeBob porn.
Yeah, I think I saw it yesterday.
Jesus.
I
Where?
was tempted just on Instagram.
Yeah, it's just like an Instagram reel
and
that someone's
it's
clipped
just
from
someone in a very bad SpongeBob suit.
it. Yeah. You will
Oh
never
my
guess
God.
how this suit is going to look, and I'll show it to you in a second.
Yeah. And I think the whole plot,
It already
from what I
looked-
gathered,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Just wait. I'll put the clip on like the screen
Yeah,
right
for
now
sure.
for anyone watching on YouTube.
That's.
Am I about to see
it's
something
truly
terrible?
beautiful. I don't think Instagram would allow.
No.
something that
I was
horrible.
like, that's what he looks like.
No way, I've seen it actually.
It's so
Yeah,
scary
I've
on
seen it before.
close ups.
Oh,
It makes me so
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
no,
cat in the
it's
hat
yucky,
level.
no, yeah. Why is Skyrim trending in the UK?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Just to state, by the way, I remember why I came across the SpongeBob thing, because for a long time people thought it was lost media until they realized it didn't exist.
Why is Skyrim trending? This just looks like
Just
Artificial
Skyrim.
trending, like
Just people be
Sky-
talking.
And I have heard Musk has been doing that recently. Artificial trending.
he just likes Skyrim.
oh, it looks
Yeah.
like
He's just feeling like Skyrim.
Fallout
something to do with
76.
Fallout 76 reaches 13.5 million players. I wonder if that's what it is. I don't know. That's the thing. I wish on Twitter when something was trending, when you
It'd
clicked
give you a
on it,
reason
it'd give
why.
you like a summary of why.
Yeah, that would be
It
good.
does that for major news events.
Yeah, because I saw trending Nazis, and I was like, what do you
yeah,
mean?
I saw that
Yeah.
as well.
Because if you just go back to the previous screen, yeah.
Yeah, there is Nazis.
What did
That's
they
got to
talk-
be because of the Gary Lineker tweet.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Probably.
Oh, there you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I did wonder if the Gary Lineker story was going to sneak into this.
Yeah, it's surprising it hasn't come up. I don't know if you guys have seen
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Barely. I've heard my boss complain about it, but I didn't know what was going on.
What did you
so
say about it?
Yeah.
I turned my brain off. I was working on my
Ah,
stuff.
no,
I
okay,
just
fair enough.
heard the name and I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna not.
It's been all over the news and stuff. And my mum, like, we were sitting about to go out on Saturday, and my mum's like, "Yeah, everybody just needs to take a stand because that's the only way that we're gonna get past like cancel culture." And I'm like, "That's not what this is about."
No.
Ooh.
I was like, "This is like the other side of it."
Yeah, this is something else.
Yeah,
This is something else.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's been a fun thing to watch unfold because it just
They
kind of
wanna
felt
get-
like we were seeing.
Do you want to give a rundown from Alina?
Yes,
so
please.
basically what happened is there's a current bill, an anti-immigration bill in the House of Parliament or whatever the fuck it is.
House of
reaching
Commons,
for
House
the
of Lords,
prime.
whatever.
My prime mango. Is it a mango?
It is mango.
That is
yeah.
orange mango, yeah. And basically it's you know, quite aptly, as Gary Lineker put it, not unlike 1930s German.
With the language that was
I
being...
think I.
Because there was like a
vaguely-
slogan that they were using as well,
Yeah.
like stop the boats or something.
Something like that. And it's
Yeah.
Very
basically-
yikesy.
Yes.
Because you know we're in a Tory government that's heading more and more to the right.
Yes, and so he says this, and then the BBC say that broke the impartiality rule that they have, which you know I don't think extends to people's social media. I don't think it extends.
It's personal Twitter.
It's
account
personal
is
Twitter.
where I said this basically.
If he had said it on like Match of the Day,
Yeah, it was just a
fair
tweet,
enough.
right?
yeah.
It's a tweet.
Yeah, it's a tweet. It's his own personal opinion, which he's
Yeah.
fairly allowed to share.
Yeah. And there's been precedent of other. 'Cause
Yes.
he's a freelance presenter, isn't he?
I'm not sure, but you then also have like Alan Sugar,
Ah, yeah, that too.
like directly telling people to vote for Boris Johnson,
yeah.
Oh.
and he works for the BBC.
Okay, yeah. So even then, nothing.
No.
Exactly. Nothing happened with that. There's been precedent of like presenters and stuff, like
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
people complain and they're like, no, it's
This was
within-
never a problem before,
No.
basically.
Yeah.
and they put him on suspension, and Match of the Day was meant to be on Saturday, and so many people on Match of the Day were like,
This is
yeah,
bullshit.
no, and weren't going to show up, so they had to cancel Match of the Day
Oh.
and replace it with Bargain Hunt.
which is big for Match of the Day.
Which is big for Match of the Day. And then it spread to the Sunday as well from Match of the Day 2, where no one was coming back again.
Yeah.
So they done the same thing, and now I think it's looking to be resolved, air quotes, because
Fun.
but Rishi Sunak is very much not getting involved. He keeps saying it's not for him to step in on, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Maybe take a stance.
Yeah, because the big thing is that it brings into questions about the BBC's impartiality.
yes, because you have the head of the BBC, Tim Davies,
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Yeah.
He donated £400,000 to
Yeah,
the
like loan
Conservatives
or something. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
gave Boris Johnson an 800,000
And
That's
the
pound
That's
loan.
what I heard, yeah.
Director General
Director General,
of, I don't know his name, was a former member of the party.
that's the other one. Yep. So you know,
Yeah. Impartiality.
the BBC is meant to be impartial, and
It
I
had-
have
it-
been
it-
called insane for thinking that they're not.
Traditionally, they have a very high standard, and they
don't.
up and traditionally,
I know they're very pro crown. That's
yes,
the thing.
they're
Yeah,
pro
yeah.
monarchy for
And
sure.
anti-
at the most you
Independence.
could have
Yeah,
like maybe
yeah.
gone like pro British status quo,
Yeah.
but I think it used to be the idea that just comes with the
Yeah,
impartiality.
a lot
They
of people
can't-
would
can't
look at me
say.
funny when I'm like, no, they have a pretty clear bias towards the Conservative.
I
party.
would have looked at you funny if it until like a few years ago.
It's been
when
it
it's
was
becoming more and more blatant.
Yeah, it was heavily veiled, and then it became kind of veiled, then it became thinly veiled, and now it's just not
It's
even
blatant.
Yeah,
They're
it's
not
blatant.
Because like a few
Yeah.
years ago in the last election, like it was during question time or like whatever, the audience like laughed at like a Tory MP for saying something stupid, and the BBC cut that out.
Yeah,
Huh.
And I think
True,
did they replace it with
1984.
applause?
I think so.
It was something like that, and it was just
no.
other stuff where they would like edit out Boris Johnson making mistakes that other news shows, other like news stations were like presenting. So since then I was sort of like, there's a bias going on here,
Yeah.
isn't there?
It's maybe shouldn't have your news organization, your main news organization, owned by the government or funded by the government or ran by the government, because it currently is, unfortunately. Though they're bringing an end to the TV license, so I don't know what's going to happen after that.
What? What?
Oh, you didn't know.
What? No, what?
TV license is no more. It's
Really?
From, like,
Well, I never paid because we didn't have
the
TV.
the prices were like frozen in 2020, I think, which was near the charter renewal discussion.
and they were saying they were going to phase it out in the next couple of years.
Yeah, because I think the 2027 is the next time it's up for renewal, and they said that they're not going to be doing the TV license, and they won't be renewing the charter in the same capacity. They'll be changing it in some regard. The Royal Charter and the BBC's like overall
It's complicated.
outline is very complicated. It's very much built into our legal system.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
I
such a
remember
weird thing.
when we moved into the new flat, we were fucking harassed by
Yeah,
the
'cause
BBC.
they
You have
love
to pay a license.
Every,
I
like,
think it's
2 weeks.
dumb as fuck.
Yeah, every 2 weeks
And
we
the-
got a letter.
But-
We've opened an investigation.
Oh yeah, they can't do anything.
No.
There is a whole ecosystem on YouTube, like videos of people that deal
Yep.
with the goons. They
Yeah,
call it
yeah,
licensed
yeah.
goons, and they can do anything. They're like, "Do you have a TV?" You say no, and then if they say, "Can I come in?" and if you say no, they're like, "Okay."
Come back
Yeah,
with
you
a
can't
warrant.
do
Yeah.
anything.
It's really dumb. Like, it's very archaic. It started from a radio license as well, which
Yeah.
again, why? Why would you need that?
Yeah, it's like, freedom of press to me
Uh-huh.
also means everyone has it
No.
available.
Freedom of information
Exactly,
means
yeah.
everyone should have
The
it
same thing in
available.
Italy. We have so as I said, we have 6 channels that everyone like has
Yeah.
like default on their TV, and 3 of them are owned by the government or like affiliated with the government. And you were supposed to pay like a license fee.
Yeah.
And then people were like, no, we don't want to. So what they did, what they included, they basically segmented the fee. Like they kind of
Hid it.
No, but like they shred it into smaller prices that are included in your
Split up.
electricity bill.
Oh, okay, I
And
see.
that's like they just circumvented it.
Uh-huh.
But people are like, we don't want to pay. And I think now they changed. I think the new government just said
They
no,
made
you
it a
have to
tiered
pay for
subscription fee system.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, and like
Snowing.
because
Snowing
you
more.
can't just like, so you buy a TV license, that's grand, that gets you free view, that gets you anything that's available for free to view in the UK. But if you want anything like actual content that isn't the BBC or STV or whatever, you then have to pay for like Sky or Virgin TV.
Yeah.
Or even Netflix.
Or-
Like all the subscriptions you pay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, so you don't just have the TV license, which is what, £150 or something a
around
year.
there, yeah.
You then also have your Sky bill to pay if you want that, satellite TV, which is it can go up to like £100 a month. So yeah, there's like 2 barriers of entry if you're wanting TV in the UK. But now we have Netflix and we have all the streaming content online, which doesn't really fall under. There's some
Yeah.
provisions for it, like Now TV, because that has live broadcasting. Amazon, I think, got included in it recently because of that as well. They do like live sports and stuff. So there's some that's included for it, but if you have Netflix or like anything that doesn't do live broadcasting,
Yeah.
like you don't have to pay for the TV license. So it's
Yeah.
like, it has become not redundant, but
It's very much an of its time invention that
Yeah.
isn't really fitting well in the modern age.
no. Dumb as fuck.
Yeah, then again, we don't watch TV.
I'm a TV.
You don't have
We don't own a TV, so, there's just one time a year where I have to.
Yeah, that's coming up soon.
It's coming up.
I did not realize how fucking
Coming
close
up.
it was.
It's coming up.
Because I seen them talking about it on the
Soon.
news, and I was like, when is it? I was like, I'm pretty sure it's like later in the year, and it's like May, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
I like
Yeah.
how we're dancing around naming it.
Oh yeah, the thing that shall not be named.
Last Saturday, the last person was announced. So we know all the people that are participating. We're still waiting on like 3 or 4 songs,
Okay.
but we've got the rest. It's an year. You've heard. I've talked about a few things.
You have to live with it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't envy you.
Barely. I don't. It was not as bad as last year. Last year, I told you every time an update.
What
was out.
It was hosted in the Netherlands last year. That's why you were.
No, the year before.
Oh, the year before. Okay.
Yeah.
Last year was Italy.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they won, and yeah.
Yeah. Stay with the times, my guy.
Look, I don't care. I don't care. This is
Such
like
a
if I
weird
just started
concept,
talking
isn't
about like new anime that were coming out.
It's such a weird concept because no one cares about it anymore.
Yeah,
You have
it's such a weird like because singing contests and talent shows have like steadily been on the decline over the last few years. Yeah, Eurovision just is like
It's growing.
chugging
weirdly
and it's
enough.
growing along. Yeah,
I don't know how.
I don't know.
I think
the US,
virality.
they tried as well.
Yeah, they had
States
the
are like,
American
nah.
Song Contest. They
And then they
tried,
canceled
but
it.
like it officially hasn't been canceled. It hasn't been renewed for this year. They were like, "Oh, we just got so much going. Maybe next year, maybe." But
But the thing
No,
is,
it's
Eurovision
cancelled.
will be fun if you have, so the thing is, you have European countries and they represent your culture,
Yeah.
singing, and you have like different songs and you vote whatever.
except
But
they
now
don't really do
it's
that.
so,
No, they don't do it anymore.
It's
It's
like
bullshit.
globalized. Like you have Israel and Australia. It's like, what the fuck? They have Israel, Australia. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like, oh well, we should have the US. No, because they have a fucking hate boner for the US. We don't want the US to do their thing. But Israel, Australia,
It's because they're part of
paid
the
a lot fucking
EBU.
money.
The US doesn't want to be part of the EBU.
yeah. See, but
That's the only thing.
But
That's
here's
all
the
you
thing.
need to do.
now everything everyone sings in English.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that is a
that's true.
shame.
Pop
It's
songs,
horrible.
I'm like,
I don't like it. I'm fine with people singing English, but make it different. Don't
Yeah.
make it like every other bitch.
What
you
was
know?
there were a couple from last year's that were really fucking funny.
Latvia. I think I showed you guys
Oh,
Latvia.
Was that the I
It's
I
a
substitute my meat with
Yeah.
veggies and pussy.
yeah.
And
Instead
then
That
of
was
meat.
funny, and it was
It was a very well made
immediately
song.
eliminated. But I think it was fun. It was.
It was
Yeah.
funny. I like the music video as well. And then you
Yeah.
have I don't remember which country it was, but it was Subwoofer with
Oh, Norway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was that Norway? What was the name of the song again?
Give
the
that
Wolf-
wolf a banana.
Give that
Yeah,
wolf
yeah.
banana.
And that was so they recently unveiled who the people are.
Uh-huh.
There's some people from like that did X Factor or some shit, and they wrote that song at a writing camp
Oh,
to
okay.
be the worst song ever.
And it got picked.
And then they were like, this would be Eurovision Gold.
Yeah.
So they just submitted it, and then people liked it.
Yeah.
It's a funny idea. Like it's.
Yeah.
I think that's the spirit of Eurovision.
Yeah, I'm
Like
all for
having
silly stuff.
Weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like don't go like super serious. Like just have fun with it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's like
100%.
you listen to the song from the UK and it sounds like any other.
oh yeah,
Song
what
Yeah.
was,
singing
who was it that
May Muller.
not this
No, this
year,
year,
like
Sam-
last year.
Oh,
Sam
Ryder.
Sam Ryder.
Sam Ryder, yeah. I listened to it and I was like,
Eh.
huh. For a song called Spaceman, it doesn't sound anything like Bowie.
It's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same.
Yeah. Yeah. But last year was a fun year. This was the first year you watched
Yeah.
all of it.
Not all of it.
Accidentally.
Not all of it. Just the two
No,
it
you
fun?
watched all of it.
semifinals and finals.
You watched both semis and the final.
Yeah.
Because
Did
I
you
remember.
force him to?
No, during the first semi-final.
How are there two semis? Hold on, what?
Because
It goes quarter semi-final.
no, you have
it's a
two
It's all a
semi-finals.
different thing. They call it semifinals, but it's
Yeah.
different.
No, that
It's like-
can't be right.
It's like
not how
8 days.
that
So we have
works.
Sunday, Monday. No, but it's like you have one semifinal.
How many days are in a week?
Yeah.
You have one semifinal split in two. It's
Yeah,
not the same people
basically.
competing twice.
Yeah.
So they're two quarter
It's-
finals that
yeah,
make up a
but-
No,
semi-final.
it's just one It's a weird concept.
It's a weird
It's a
concept.
weird
Yeah,
concept
yeah.
that makes no fucking sense.
There's too many people's competing for the final. The final has 26 spots.
What the fuck?
And there's too many countries, so if you have to be eliminated, and to not make them overly long, they split it up into two groups. They also split it up by political
You've
voting
listened to this
patterns
too
over
many
the past
times.
10 years. So
yeah,
they
but
make
here's the thing,
sure.
you have all the Balkans countries.
Yep.
Like Poland hates Russia and I don't know, Romania hates
Yeah,
these
yeah.
people, and it's like they vote, for each other because
It's
like Poland.
voting
what's it-
patterns.
Yeah, there's
what's their-
tactical voting
What's
involved.
the other?
Yeah, yeah.
Poland always votes for.
Oh no, it's Greece and Cyprus. They always
Greece
give
and
each
Cyprus.
other 12 points.
Okay,
So they are always
Wow.
separated in semifinals
Okay.
to avoid it.
right.
But this year,
There they are, aren't they?
no.
Oh, no.
This year, Eurovision decided after last year had a mess with voting fraud from the juries.
Fuck.
The semifinals will only be judged by audience vote.
Oh no.
So
more silly, less ballot, probably.
Good.
good.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
But in also new developments, there will be one country in air quotes added that will be the rest of the world. So the rest of the world can give one country's worth of points.
Ah, yes, the most homogenous
Yeah.
Yeah.
group.
Everyone
The
else.
The rest of the
Americans.
world.
Everyone else.
Yeah, because...
The most homogenous group. The Americans. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Sure, they're homogenous. Let's go
So
with that.
people are not happy about that, but it's fine. I don't really care. Like, they can give as many points as one country can give. So it's not like they're a superpower because they're with more people.
Yeah, so they're not
Yeah.
like holding the power.
No,
They
absolutely
still
not.
only get 12 points?
12 points max.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's equal for like the amount of points we as the Netherlands could give.
Okay, that seems...
Fair in a way.
Yeah, it's a
To
bit
keep its European spirit,
weird,
I suppose.
but yeah.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be able to vote, I don't think, but whatever.
No, I agree. I don't like it. But
Keep
yeah,
Eurovision stupid.
I do really think it's a shame when countries don't really represent their culture.
Mm.
And Netherlands is very much, we rarely do it. Last year we did.
What would it be? Windmills and flat?
We did once! We did!
I do remember because I did catch a little bit of like last year's very
Yeah.
vaguely, not by choice. I think I did see the Netherlands one, and it was sort of
It's okay.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was a
it
nice
was
song.
alright,
It was
yeah.
in Dutch, but we hadn't done in years.
I don't think. Do we ever sing in English?
Does
Italy rarely does.
does
That's
Dutch
what you
have
have to do.
enough words to string a song together?
No, you just put all the words together and then they're one word.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some kind of... France always sings in French.
Of
Oh,
course,
but
they're
yeah,
too
but, you
fucking
know,
pretentious.
Oh.
You have
Exactly.
they have to announce the points in English and French for the French.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because they've got a whole
That's so
department on
stupid.
keeping the French language.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Yeah.
integrity.
Yeah. Fuck the French. We all know
Yeah, because
this.
they don't. They will like, even though every other language doesn't like create new words for certain like new technologies or new
Yeah.
concepts, like they
a
just
to
adopt
email.
the English
Yeah.
version, whereas France are like Telefonica. It's not telephone. It's Telefonica.
What's computer? Calculator?
I think it's
Yeah, it's
calculator. Yeah.
calculature.
It's
It's
not-
basically calculator, but it's slightly
not-
different.
It's not
Meanwhile,
telephone.
Italy. Il
But here's the thing, they're like,
computer.
say, computer. They say they're like, we have to say do it in French because the French people don't speak English.
Yeah.
What about Spanish and Italy? Like Spanish, we all they're like
No.
the Italians like, what?
What's going on? What's going on? Oh,
In
yeah.
Spanish is the same. Portugal.
Oh,
But they're like,
yeah.
no, the French because the French otherwise be like, we are gonna pull out of the Eurovision.
They should. They should. All ever since 2021.
That's hate speech against the French. Which are
Correct.
the only people that you're allowed to have hate
Yeah.
speech.
What are they
against.
gonna do? Hear
Collectively,
this?
the world is not.
Excuse me.
I think if France pulled out of like
France.
It's a ranch.
It's the France.
I think if France pulled out of most things, I think generally the world would go,
So-
okay.
Okay.
You're not willing to conform.
They did it a couple
so-
of times in 1940. Was it 1949?
Yeah, yeah.
1939.
Mm.
They just went.
Well,
They weren't in NATO for a bit.
Yeah. But Eurovision's fun. But
I think-
it's a bad year.
I think this just completely proves that Eurovision at its core is about politics.
It is 100%.
Mostly,
No,
yeah.
it was made
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be political.
Yeah.
You know, it's a unity of countries.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, don't sing in
Yeah.
English.
which causes further division.
100. But just for most people, it's a 1 week a year. They care.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, they're like, eh.
Except you care all year round.
All year round.
I mean, I think there's a solid like 3-4 months. I don't care because nothing happens.
not
which is
from
the
anyone
recovery
else's
period.
Out
perspective.
of year
Yeah.
is less than 50%.
Yeah, because you know,
It's one quarter.
national
you only
final
you
season.
care 3/4 of the year.
Yeah.
Yes.
To everyone else, it
That
must
failed
be
to
the
see
full
your
year.
point.
Again, that's a problem.
No. It's been less bad this year because people don't care as much. People are busy again. You know, during COVID times, no one had anything better to do.
That's true.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Don't make
I mean,
excuses.
you are right. I just spent it doing other things. I just didn't
Yeah.
fixate on the Eurovision Song Contest.
But yeah, it's you thought the first semifinal when we were watching it, you thought we were watching the final. I remember at some point you were like,
You were
"Wait,
like,
this
it's almost over, and then
There is
you-
another one.
there's more.
I was like, I can do a night. It's fine.
yeah, because
It's
it's
spend the night.
it's about the semifinals are about 3 hours, I think.
What the fuck?
yeah, but the
Jesus.
final is like 5.
Yeah,
6.
I'd
Yeah.
rather just
I mean,
watch two
to be
Lord of the
fair,
Rings movies.
I know. it went pretty fast because last year everyone was voting for Ukraine. Everyone was like, our votes go Ukraine because they couldn't.
Yeah,
because
like Poland would
Ukraine.
have voted for Ukraine regardless, for example. But there are countries,
Yeah.
like Ukraine, and
It was it's a very political move, so understandable. But they had a good song, was a winner worthy. Yeah, in a bad year, yeah. And it was a pretty bad year.
I don't think the UK deserved to be second
no,
last
No,
year.
it was a good performance, I'll give him that, but Spain
It wasn't
was
a good song
bomb.
though. That's the fundamental.
but how many
issue.
good songs?
Yeah.
This is true.
We watched the semifinals. I love this one, and I told him, they are last in the odds. They're
oh
not
yeah, it was
making it.
Slovenia. They like a disco song.
Yeah.
That's original.
And
You had, like,
it was
some
very
weird jazzy
'cause
things.
it was a bunch of kids. They were all like 18, 19, and they had a very like you said
Oh,
musically good song.
I think you sent us that one.
Could be, I'm not sure. And then as soon as they were
Eliminated
announcing it,
immediately.
down. Yeah.
What
Is
did
it-
Italy do last year? Because I know it was
Oh, come on.
Maneskin. Like,
Fourth.
Oh, you had it was what's his name? The Moroccan guy. Mahmoud, and
wait, so he
Okay.
wasn't.
he lives in Italy. His father's Moroccan.
I was so
All
confused
the
for
people
a
from Sweden
second.
are black. It's like that's Eurovision.
Not this year.
Not this year.
No.
Um,
This year, sending a bitch has won already. Ugh.
What?
Sweden is the worst.
See,
Okay.
like
In
before
Eurovision.
the semifinals,
Yes.
you told me Ukraine's gonna win.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you watching it?
It was,
This
it
year,
was,
Sweden has won already.
really?
This year,
3
no,
months in
I don't
advance.
think so.
What? How have Sweden won?
Yeah,
So
explain.
in 2012, Loreen won with the song Euphoria. I don't think you'll know it.
No.
It was like a European hit, like goes semi-viral in Europe. You've probably heard it once or twice on the radio. That's
There's
it.
something about
Okay.
that sounds familiar, but
Look it up later.
Yeah.
And now the
How does
same
it go?
girl.
How does it
I'm not doing that because it's basically yelling.
Nice.
You've heard
The
it.
best of
Yeah.
song. Wait, no, I
Yeah.
listen to heavy metal music. What am I on about?
what are
That
you
is.
talking about?
And Sweden has a national final. And as soon as it was announced she was running again,
Oh, okay,
everyone
so,
was like, well, she's going to win. Because everyone in Sweden loves her. And of course,
Right.
she won. And you could see when they were announcing her points, like the person that was in second place at the time was like, she's going to win. It doesn't fucking
But how
matter.
does that mean that they've?
Won
How,
the
how
whole
does that
thing.
mean they've won?
Because, so you have the odds,
Uh huh.
which are usually fairly right.
I was gonna say
Fairly.
odds usually don't mean anything.
No, in Eurovision, like, it does a bit. Because they don't affect the scores, but they're usually pretty correct.
Eurovision odds are more accurate than football odds.
Oh,
Yeah,
probably,
absolutely.
yeah. Because Ukraine was at the top for a while, and that was then
I mean,
overtaken.
no fucking shit that
Yeah.
Ukraine was
Yeah.
gonna win last year. Like,
Yeah,
everyone
that was
saw
a
that
given.
coming.
And right now we have Sweden at the top. I think, oh god, was it? Norway is looking pretty good for this year as well. And
Nice to be
oh
Scandinavian.
god, I think Slovenia is doing surprisingly well this year. But there's too many boy bands this year.
Okay.
Too many boy
Too
bands.
many boy bands.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as BTS don't show up.
There is a K-pop guy.
Why did I fucking open my
What?
mouth?
Why do you
Denmark.
ask these questions if you
Denmark.
don't want an
What do
answer?
you mean?
Half Danish, half Korean, and has a very much
See,
BTS style
they
song.
find people like we have to look for half
No,
Danish,
that
half
is a
Korean.
thing. They do. Because
Yeah,
but
of
they
course
always
have to follow trends.
like 2021, Greece had a Dutch/Greek girl, but she was like a Dutch celebrity,
Yeah.
but her parents are Greek.
It's
Okay.
like
So-
Alec Baldwin's rule.
So you get sympathy votes from both countries because they're like, well, she's Dutch, we know her, she's a
Sympathy
sweetheart.
votes.
No, that's
It's
what
very
do you-
weird. There
yeah.
are 3 countries that care about Eurovision: Sweden, Belgium, and the Netherlands.
Belgium
But
doesn't
the-
give a shit unless they have a good
The Bel-
song. Italy cares.
This is every time we talk about the Eurovision Song Contest, I just realize that like it's way more complicated
Yeah.
It is.
than I
It
ever
is.
could have thought it was.
Yeah.
Unless you watch the semifinals and the final,
Yeah.
you don't realize how it actually works.
I mean, it takes a lot of work, like setting it all up.
I mean,
it's-
for like
yeah.
a show like that I absolutely
Yeah.
understand. Like that takes time to put on a good show,
Mm-hmm.
and especially when you have so many different acts. But
it's a nightmare.
it's all the
yeah.
political moving, the like cultural, like you said, sympathy votes. It's like, what the fuck?
I know.
From the outside, you're just like, why would you?
I know it's stupid, but it's. I don't want to say it's almost like an unknowing thing. You just kind of do. You're
It's like an
"Well, I like it."
unspoken
Yeah,
thing.
but it's. I don't know why I like it.
I wasn't asking you to defend.
but
I'm not judging.
I think I like it particularly because my family, we grew up watching it. It was like an event. I got to stay up late to watch Eurovision because it ends at like 1 a.m.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, it's the one night a year here, let's stay up and you're just having fun, and your dad's like, I hate this song. This song sounds like Johnny Cash.
I wish.
Would be way better.
No, that's the thing of the year, and you're like, who do you think is gonna win? It's not gonna be them. Oh, they'll win. Trust me, they'll win. And because I didn't start obsessing over it until I moved out, and I think it's just me kind of missing.
I think it's because
that
it's something that reminds you of home.
Yeah, it's a way to connect back.
I got for a second when we booked our flights to go to Netherlands, I got so excited because I was like, oh, we're gonna be home at my house for Eurovision. It's later this year than usual, so no. Or earlier. It's earlier this year. Yeah.
It's May, last week of May or something like that, I think.
No, it's early May, I think.
Oh, okay.
And we're leaving late May. Yeah. I got so excited and then so sad.
That's kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's.
Because it's also the one night a year my family cares about it. So
I thought you were gonna say about you. Oh.
like they'll text like the evening that Eurovision the final is, and they're like, who you rooting for? Who do you think's gonna win?
The only time your family really talk to each other.
Oh, they talk to each other every now and then. My mom just says something weird like, hey, your sister's coming over. We can't fit all the stuff in this suitcase. I'm like, what are you bringing? It's like, sleeping bags. I'm like, why are you sleeping bags?
Jesus.
They're gonna stay at your house. Okay. Okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
The only funny thing about Eurovision is at the final when you have all the voting, like the every
Takes
country.
ages.
No, first of all, it takes ages, but you have some countries that get like 0 points,
Oh, okay.
and they have to stand there and be like. And that's it. To me, it's a funny like.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Germany-
Like, I remember watching like the reaction, obviously, like when they announce it, and it's like
Yeah.
you have a split shot. You have Ukraine on the left, and you have the UK on the right, and I'm like, why are you doing that to him?
But
why are
Sam-
you doing that to Sam,
Sam
Ryder?
Ryder was one of the best contestants. Like he really raised the morals and like was such a kind person to everyone. There was people that got 0 points, and he felt genuinely bad for them and gave them.
Yeah,
you know,
no, I get that, but like, it's like we
It
know
is-
the Ukraine's
oh, yeah.
gonna win.
Yeah.
So you don't
Usually
need
it's
this.
closer than that.
Yeah.
So.
Was it Germany got 0 points?
Who was Germany last year? Yeah.
Like a guy.
Oh, Malik. Yeah, I think Germany did get 0
David
points.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish.
Because the year before they had a very happy clappy song.
And now this time was like.
I want to be a rock star,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not that version.
Not the Nickelback
Not that one.
Oh, I was thinking of a very different version. Chips. You don't know Chips, do you?
No.
It's a Dutch band, and
Like the
Let's not go
Venga
there.
Boys, but for kids, basically.
yeah.
But the Venga Boys weren't for kids.
I didn't know that.
Explain.
Venga Boys wouldn't sing boom, boom, boom.
Explain why they were
want
playing
to-
at so many kids' birthday parties
Yeah,
when I
that
was
was
a
like
kid.
that was a party
That's
anthem.
on your parents.
That's on the DJs.
Oh,
Yeah. That's on the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Look, the Venga Bus is fine for kids. It's the other ones.
But we still had Boom Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That one sticks out in my head is what I remember very vividly.
Yeah, yeah.
God, no.
Because I had no idea what the fuck it meant.
Oh God, no.
They want you in their room.
I
to
say it
spend
like
the
that.
night together.
Yeah.
like a sleepover.
Sleeping. You
Yeah.
read, you sleep.
Like we were kids, we weren't necessarily paying attention to the lyrics, and
Okay,
even if we
that's
did, we're not gonna know what
good.
it means.
Yeah.
Sure. That's good. Makes me feel better about it. I wish we sent them to Eurovision. We should have.
They're just nodding in agreement.
You would like it.
I would like it.
Yeah, they wouldn't qualify. Because when famous people participate, they don't qualify.
That's another unspoken rule.
Yeah.
If someone
Wasn't
famous,
there a
like
famous
Darude went once. Cascade has done it. Cascada?
Cascada.
Marshmallow
Yeah.
was there last
No,
year.
no, not Marshmallow.
Was it Marshmallow last year? The guy from Austria.
No, Lumix. The
Lumix,
monster
sorry.
song.
Yeah,
Didn't
Lumix.
Bass
sorry.
Hunter go once?
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
Didn't Jedward become famous because of Eurovision?
Correct.
Weren't they
Okay.
X Factor?
Yeah, they did X Factor afterwards.
What?
Eurovision as well.
I fucking hate life.
Well, this has been a fun time. I love that I roped everyone into this. I
This
need an
sounds
outlet.
something way different.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, crypto.
It was crypto.
It was crypto.
It was crypto
Where
and
did we
scams.
start? Oh god, yeah.
When you go from a bank collapsing to Eurovision.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's been a good episode.
Oh yeah. We just initial drifted right into that.
Yeah.
Got some Eurobeat playing.
Hell yeah, Eurobeat for Eurovision.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? No.
Yeah. Oh man, if a Eurobeat song showed up in Eurovision, I'd be all there for
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I'll let you know. I don't think this year. We just have some Austrians yelling about Edgar Allan Poe.
You'll give us context after the episode?
You've seen it.
I've seen it.
You've heard it.
I've heard it.
That's
Opinion?
not context.
Very weird. It's like
It's not good.
it's a weird song.
Yeah.
If only we wouldn't get copyright struck for.
I'll just.
Yeah.
I can do part of the song.
Don't.
Yeah, just go
Po
po
po po po
That's
po
it.
po 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 po.
That's it. That's a song.
That's the
Edgar
song.
Allan,
Everybody.
Edgar Allan Poe.
There's a ghost in the typewriter or
Oh, mio
something.
padre, there's
Oh,
ghost
yeah.
in my body.
Yeah, it's very
It
weird.
sounds like a scooter song.
Yeah.
It's
Could
very
be.
weird.
Eurovision.
I don't
Go
know. I don't know.
Austria.
I don't know how. What? I'm perplexed.
I want this episode to end.
Yeah.
We've reached a natural.
We have reached a
conclusion.
natural end point because I don't know.
I don't know where to go from here.
I don't know
It's
where to
been a
go from
boring
here or
year.
how to further engage with this
No,
conversation.
fair.
Brain is mush now.
Brain dead. We done.
Yes. Goodbye.
Farewell.
Bye-bye.
Bye.